Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to Glass Seats. This is Viddy.
My name is Mrinal, and in this episode, we are visiting the city of Pittsburgh. Goaltender Tristan Jarry placed on waivers by the Pittsburgh Penguins. Nobody claims him. He is sent down to the AHL.
Yeah.
Current stats for Tristan Jarry as of Jan 16th, 884 save percentage, 3.31 goals against average, 22 games played, in which he is 8-4.
I also want to add to these stats. I saw, I think maybe earlier today, maybe it was yesterday. There's something about his shot count and the amount of shots he would face, where the first shot that would literally the first puck that would be on his net. There was a 60 or not. I don't know. I don't want to butcher the stat here, but it was going in way too often.
Yeah.
And it would honestly get to a shocking amount of games where he would just not be able to stop a goal until shot number 6 or 7.
I think out of the 22 games, I remember the stat.
Yeah.
Out of the 22 games played, he only made it to shot 6 without allowing a goal twice.
Yeah. Something horrible like that. In, what'd you say, 22 games played?
22 games.
That is bad for an NHL goalie.
Yeah.
I don't even want to sugarcoat it.
And I mean, 884 save percentage is not
horrendous.
usable.
Yeah. Again, it's easy to sit here and be like, oh, bad NHL goalie, but as a fan, it's just so easy to point fingers. But I've sat here before and said, I don't think that this guy is a starter. He's not. We literally just talked about the big dog in terms of goalie.
Yeah,
I've never seen this guy.
He ain't the dog.
No, I don't have confidence in him to step up to the plate, and I'm honestly not even surprised that he got put on waivers.
What are your thoughts on Alex Nedeljkovic, who is now the starter?
I mean, maybe there's a surprise in him. That is my thought on him. I don't necessarily see him revolutionizing the role, the net in Pittsburgh. But I mean, it wasn't the answer. Wasn't with Tristan Jarry. That's the way I'm seeing it.
I mean, we've seen Pittsburgh do this before.
Yeah,
switch out goalies mid-run, go on a deep playoff run.
Yeah, exactly. It's happened before.
Yeah, I mean, I won't fault them for trying.
Yeah, and even then, when you have a hot goalie, it turns out Matt Murray, well, unfortunately, he dealt with some injuries and some personal stuff, so he wasn't the same after that, and he's trying to even get back to that spot. If he's not, it's fine. He's had a amazing start to his career.
He won 2 cups.
Yeah, he won 2 cups back to back.
A lot of NHL players never get that.
Exactly. Yeah. So he did what he needed to, but he was not the guy for Pittsburgh for very long, right?
Yeah.
So either way, swapping Fleury for Matt Murray, it was the hot goalie. It was the right move at the time.
Mm-hmm.
This might be the start of that right move. I have no idea. But I think a bigger problem that we got to focus on is Pittsburgh itself, right?
Yeah. Pittsburgh is currently sitting at 44 points. They are third last in the East.
Yeah. 3-game losing streak as of Thursday, January 16th.
Yeah. And this is a team that decided to go for it this year.
So I want to talk about that actually real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think this team has any idea what they're trying to do. I don't think this team really has an identity, if I'm being honest. I think it's just make sure Sidney Crosby doesn't play in a different sweater. I think that is the team identity right now.
Yeah, it is. You're right. Because the if you looked at it objectively, Pittsburgh should have rebuilt maybe 2 seasons ago.
Yeah.
But are you going to tell Crosby we're not going to go for it?
Well, so you make all these big trades. You turn away Jan Rutta and Mikael Granlund for the Erik Karlsson trade.
Yeah.
You even say, you know what, he's so good, we're going to end up retaining $10 million on this $11.5 million deal. I thought San Jose would have to retain friggin' half or something.
Yeah. Nope.
They didn't do very well.
Then you trade
away Jake friggin' Gensel. Sidney Crosby drags your sorry-ass team to the playoffs, almost.
Yeah.
Really close. And now you're into the next season.
After signing Riley Smith.
Yeah. Are you trying to make the playoffs? Are you trying to rebuild? Are you trying to retool? Are you just trying to finish Sidney Crosby's career and doing it in the worst way possible? I genuinely have no idea what the fuck this team is trying to do.
So you don't believe in Kyle Dubas?
I have no reason to.
Yeah.
The Karlsson trade hasn't worked. You traded away Gensel. They could probably use him right now. They could definitely use some offense right now. He's doing great in Tampa. So what is the identity of this team anymore?
The identity is we used to be good and we have Sidney Crosby. And
right.
Evgeny Malkin.
But that's not a good identity.
Yeah.
Like, why do you have everyone else then? Like, I totally understand, like, you've got these legacy players, you're trying to get them to the finish line. I get that. I totally get that. I feel like if San Jose hadn't failed Patrick Marleau and Joe Thornton, they would have done the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, they were still trying to cup chase at the very end because they needed one, right?
Yeah.
That's not the case with Malkin and Crosby. So I get that. But it seemed like Dubas was trying to build a roster to win a cup. And they're doing terrible. They're trading away some players here and there.
And he hasn't done a good job of building a roster to win a cup.
Yeah. Exactly. What the hell is going on? I have no idea what this team is trying to achieve.
The problem isn't Crosby and Malkin. They're playing fine.
At all. Yeah. I was like, I have no idea. I genuinely am stunned. I feel like if I was watching, at least going into it as a fan for like Sharks games, I know this team is going to be ass, but like the point is, they're going like this, but like overall they're getting better, right?
Yeah.
As a Pittsburgh fan, you're going into this like, are we retooling? Are we just trying to finish Sidney Crosby and Gino's careers? Are we maybe magically pushing for the playoffs like we did at the very end of last year? I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea why I'm watching, genuinely. Like, so
what do you do? Do you trade Crosby at this point?
Is he going to accept that trade?
I mean, it's totally up to him,
right?
But you have to sit to Crosby and be like, "We're gonna rebuild.
Yeah.
Do you want to be here or not?"
Yeah.
Right? And last time he did that, he said, "No, we're not rebuilding. We're gonna go for it."
Mm-hmm. And to his credit, like again, he almost dragged that team to the playoffs. And I feel like if maybe they hadn't chopped against all the deadline, maybe they could have.
Yeah.
Maybe they could have taken that last spot.
Yeah, with Philly falling out right at the last minute, they could have taken that.
Yeah, they could have very well taken that last spot and maybe done some damage in the playoffs. You never know, right? Like once you make it, you make it. But I feel like at this point, like you ask Sidney Crosby, again, he's done everything for your franchise. You ask him, what are your goals? Yeah. Like, what are you genuinely like? Do you need that fourth cup to your name, or do
you want to be a Penguin for life?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like which one is more important? I mean,
these are professional athletes. They want to win every year.
Of course, right? Yeah. But like, let's be real. I don't think this team is doing it.
Yeah. At really this point, halfway through the season, they're too far out.
Right. And like the same way Nashville can't rely on miracle U2 runs to squeeze into the playoffs, they can't rely on miracle Sidney Crosby runs at 38?
Yeah.
Or something like that to get them to the promised land. He's 38. He's amazing, but he's 38, right? Like I don't know.
They need to rebuild.
Yes. They need to rebuild or they need to give Sidney Crosby and Gino their fanfare.
Yeah. The question is, if you rebuild, do you keep Crosby?
I don't. Is it too late to do a retool like the way the Capitals did? They were able to like keep Ovechkin, right? Like, and sure, like TJ Oshie's like kind of out now.
I don't think anyone saw this season from the Capitals coming.
Right. Okay. Fair enough.
Like this is insane, and this is also off the back of Ovechkin himself dragging this team. Let's be real.
Yeah. I mean, he's not the same explosive forward anymore.
Yeah.
But he's learned to adjust, and I think that has immensely improved their offense.
Yeah.
I think something to bring up here is how come Mike Sullivan hasn't been given the boot yet?
I don't know.
Are you surprised?
A little.
Okay.
But I get the feeling Crosby has more control over the team than we realize.
Like LeBron, kind of?
Yeah.
Le GM.
Yeah. Especially considering how long he's been there and how long Kyle Dubas has been there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
that's so true, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just in general, Kyle Dubas being, I don't know, a general manager.
And president.
Yeah. Like, it's not, he's still a young dude, and Crosby's been there forever. This is Crosby's team.
I think Crosby's older than him.
Probably.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah. So yeah, it's a weird situation to be in for sure, but I think this organization as a whole just needs to kind of clarify what are their goals here. Because for all we know, Sidney Crosby's goals and the Penguins' goals are not matching at all. This might not be a correct match based on the timeline, right? So I don't know. It's really hard to say, and I feel like I genuinely feel like everyone's just ignoring the elephant in the room. They'd rather put Tristan friggin' Jarry on waivers before address the actual core problem.
Because the elephant is Sidney freaking Crosby.
Yeah. So have that tough conversation. Otherwise, you just spin your wheels doing nothing for the next couple years.
Yeah. I mean, even Wayne Gretzky got traded.
Exactly. Yeah. Right. So figure it out, Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Let us know your thoughts on the Penguins in the comments below. If you like this episode, drop a like on it. Hit subscribe if you want more Glass Seats. We have multiple episodes out every week. If you want even more Glass Seats, we're on Instagram. @Glass Seats Show is the handle, and we'll see you there.
Bye.